The door at the rear of this room seems to be connected to these spawn pads in some way.
You sure this isn't some kind of trap?
Initial scans indicate that there is a pattern to the pads you must step on. I'm able to discern that you must start with the pad directly in front of you, but the signals become scrambled after that.
Well, this is the way to and that's who we're here for. So here goes nothing.
Good work, Zax. You have opened the door.
Intruder located.
Sensor readings indicate a very large metallic structure just ahead. This is the largest robot you've yet encountered. I suspect it to be himself. Exercise extreme caution.
Himself. You're a robot too? I don't get it. Why would a robot want to kill all these Corbo?
I have my reasons. Your perseverance is impressive, if foolish, Zax. I shall give you one last chance to pledge your allegiance to me. Or I shall have no alternative but to kill you.
Blah, blah, blah. You sound just like Azapan. And just like him, you're going down.
We shall see.
Mendaza, is dead.
Zax, you have saved our people from but I have discovered a horrible secret.
Valeth? What the?
Zax, you have made it so easy for me. All my meticulous planning has been in jeopardy from the moment you arrived. But now everything is insured.
Huh? What?
It's a wonder you didn't figure it out before, Zax. What with how terrified I've been of that sphere of Zin, and how it always glows so strongly when I'm around. I had to make sure only to visit you when robots were around, or at least claim that they were, so that you would not be suspicious. And thank goodness you rescued the Union relics for me. When my brother Marco was accidentally killed, my secret would have surely been found out if Mendaza or Partha had been able to perform the Union ritual. Now those relics are lost forever, melted in the lava pits. I accidentally dropped them there just after you gave them to me.
All this time, I thought you were my friend. And in fact, I didn't know you at all.
Well then, let me add to the depth of your misperception.
Perhaps you'll recognize me when I use this voice.
Valeth? Wait, you're Azepan?
Is it so hard to believe? Didn't you wonder why I kept sending you in harm's way under some pretense to save this or rescue that? The only thing I've really wanted is you. Dead. I've been trying to kill you since the minute you arrived here. For you've represented a threat to my plan since first detected you in the heavens. When missiles didn't end your life, I rushed to the area around your crash site and began to plot your demise. I would have killed you right away myself, except for the fact that my people would have found it suspicious, since they had been praying for a savior from the stars. I never expected you to make it out of that first cave, much less the countless other places I've sent you. I eventually did try to kill you myself by taking over a few drones. Even that did not work. I must admit, you have been quite impressive. But I will still prevail. All is not lost.
Wait, I'm lost.
It's quite simple, really. You see, using magic, I've been able to control these drones since the first time I tried, about 5 years ago. The rest of the Corbo were terrified of them, wouldn't go near them, but not me. I was fascinated by them, couldn't get enough. I'd never seen anything like them. I observed them constantly. It was obvious to me that they meant us no harm. Like you, Zax, they only wanted the rocks. One day while observing them, I discovered that with simple magic, I could get them to stop, start, stand, sit, walk, run, even fight each other. They were completely under my control. I often played with them for amusement.
So it was you that made them do all those terrible things to the Corbo.
You see, my ability to control the drones gave me a grand idea that would capitalize on my people's fear of the drones and result in my becoming ruler of all Corbo tribes across the lands. It was so perfect. I went to and told him that I would stop all of his drones from working unless he did as I commanded. When he saw what I could do, he quickly conceded and told me he would do as I wished.
And what was your wish?
Don't you see? All I had to do was convince Chief Marsendor and his son Mendaza here that must be an angry god that required us to worship him. It wasn't hard to convince them when drones, at my command, began to attack some of our villages. Marsendor's 2 eldest sons died in that first attack, so Marsendor listened closely when I counseled him. As his highest shaman, I told him that I'd never seen such magic, and that I was powerless to fight against it. And so Marsendor surrendered, telling that he was sorry that they had offended a powerful god, and that we would be his devoted servants forever. It stayed that way for 5 long years. We did work for him, and converted our ancient temples to his honor. They even decorated some of the drones in ceremonial worship. Then, when the time was right, I came to and told him that the rebellion was to begin. This rebellion would end when I told him the time was right for him to surrender to me. Only request was that he did not want to see any of his drones harmed, so I conceded that he could turn a few select Corbo into half Corbo, half drone. He built conversion tables in the caves and, beginning with Marsendor himself, began injecting the feared virus of metal. You can imagine that this caused all the other elders to go into hiding. A wise thing, for they were to be given the virus of metal next. It also planted the seed of doubt in our people and gave birth to our rebellion. It worked so well. Everything was working well. Until you showed up.
Glad to spoil your little party. Why didn't you just try to become chief in a normal, peaceful way?
Because I would never have become chief. The Corbo are loyal people, and they loved Marsandor and his foolish family. Even though they had led us nowhere for hundreds of years, the Corbo loved them. I knew that the only way I would ever legitimately rise to power was to convince the Corbo that I saved them from a death that Marsandor could not. So I worked hard to build a groundswell of support for the rebellion, with me as its leader. I thought that if I led a victory against I would be elected the new chief. I tipped the scales in my favor by arranging for all the leaders to come out of their hiding places to attend a tribal council meeting. As you witnessed, that meeting was really nothing more than a large-scale execution. I saw to it that you received an invitation, but somehow you survived. Mendaza here missed the meeting, but just as I have now taken care of him, I shall soon take care of you. You are my final obstacle, Zax. I shall say that the three of us were locked in a ferocious battle to the death with I will say that the battle ended the lives of Zax and Mendaza. When the people see that I defeated and was stronger than even Zax, I will be ruler forever. It is perfect. You see, Zax, you and Mendaza will be martyrs, and I will be king. Yes, king.
You are beyond evil, Valeth. I will not allow you to succeed. I've heard you say that before. Don't you ever learn?
You are the one that will not succeed. Prepare to die, Zax.
Done, Zax. You have saved the Corbo from evil. However, attend to Mendaza. His life signs are weak, but scans indicate that if he receives immediate medical attention, he should survive.
What would these Corbo do without me? Hang in there, Mendaza. This should help you feel better.
Let us use the teleporter and return to my village.
Okay. Lead the way. I'll be right behind you.
My people owe you an unpayable debt of gratitude. You have delivered us from the evil within.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Zax, I notice that you seem to have an interest in the rocks on our planet. Come with me. I believe I have something that will interest you. Do you have use for this?
Whoa! Babe, are you reading this? Look at the size of that thing. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yes, it is a remarkable specimen. I do not think that you will be in need of financial resources anytime soon. I will teleport it to the ship. When you are ready, we should make plans for departure. Come back to me as soon as you can.
such a day as this, long live Zax! Our hero! Our hero! You will live in our memory forever. Our hero! Our hero!
Are you finished with all the repairs?
Yes, Zax. All required repairs have been made. We are ready to leave.
Let's do it!